Hello guys, hope you are all doing good. Welcome to the stream. We'll wait for some more time, let people come in and join, and then we'll just get started with the framework itself. I'll be coming for live trading tomorrow. So the team asked me to do a presentation on something, and I thought, okay, this would be the right place and right time to explain my frameworks about the L model, which I've been using for so long. Uh, I guess most of people would be Tamil here, but still I'm going to keep it in English because if someone wants to know about the model, they can refer back to this video. Hello guys. If someone will wait for some more time, I guess this is out of the session and people aren't in the stream here. Let's wait for a bit. I haven't tagged everybody. That's the reason, I guess. Hello. Shit, bro. What's this scandal? Damn. What's this scandal, guys? Pump all of a sudden. Crazy shit. Bro, CPI is at 815, right? Did I miss something? What's going on? Bro, what's going on, bro? CPI is by 8:30, right? So I thought we'll complete the stream before 8:30. 8:30 CPI, yeah, it's only 8:05. There is no news with this news feed also. Crazy shit, bro. NQ's retarded, bro. NQ's retarded. I thought, okay, if it would have cleaned up these eyes, nah, then it would have been like very good for the news. We could have easily expected shots, but price is kind of ranging from these lows to these highs. Let's see. We'll care less about the price action, guys. Real trading is after 9:30. 9:30 real trading starts, guys. Is there an SMT? Those are relative equal highs, guys. So that might have been an engineered liquidity for CPI to take all of it. Okay, yes, around 18, 16 people are in the live. I'll just get started with the presentation itself. It's not a proper PPT presentation or something. I'll just try to explain the logic of why it would work so that it will make even more sense. So appreciate it if someone wants to China and US make a new deal, but it's not being factored in that news feed, right? We have financial juice integrated in our Discord. There is no news on that as well. No idea. Crazy shit. Okay, so I'll just get started. I'm not gonna wait for any more time. It's already 8:06. I'll try to keep this presentation very short and so that people will like what get to know it better. So basic structure. Yes, the presentation which I'm gonna do now is on the L model, Lauda model itself. Sorry for the language, but I don't know where this name came from. It must be from my French. I'll just wait. I'll just get rid of my trader weight. Just a minute. I'll just get rid of my trader weight. Okay. So what we would be doing is that now we'll be going through the logic of why this has to work, and yeah, we'll just get started for now. The basic idea of the order flow or how it works is when market is bullish, price breaks the highs and reject the lows. So basic idea of how this structure works: when price is bullish, it rejects the lows and break the highs. Oh, sorry guys, sorry. Okay, when price is bullish is that okay. I'll put it back on. So basic structure, we've been learning it from the beginner stage. The basic idea is that when price is bullish, the order flow is bullish, price would break the highs and reject the lows. So when we have a clear bias, when we have a clear buy side liquidity, okay, I guess now it should be all right. Now it should be all right, I guess. Now it should be all right. Yes, okay. So whenever we have a bullish order flow in terms of structure, price has to break the highs and reject the lows. Break the highs and reject the lows. So this is how price usually moves during a bullish expansion. When there is a clear buy side target ahead, price would used to do that. Whenever there is a clean low set, it tends to break that. That's our initial soup, goes higher, breaks the highs, and that's a true breakdown. So this is how the structure works during a bullish order flow, and the quite opposite for a bearish order flow. When there is a clean sell side liquidity resting below, when price is coming lower, it breaks the lows and rejects the highs. Breaks the lows, reject the highs. Breaks the lows and rejects the highs. These are all false breakout, which we call it as turtle soups in ICT language. These are all turtle soups. So whenever there is a bearish order flow, price breaks the lows, soups the highs. Breaks the lows and soups the highs. And quite opposite, when there is a bullish order flow, price breaks the highs, soups the lows. So with I keep messaging. Okay, so this is how like basic structure works in this. Let me see if that is right. Okay, basic structure works. With this in mind, I was trading ICT and I was not comfortable taking let the flagship model of ICT is that the 2022 mentorship model. When there is an engineer liquidity and higher time frame PDRA, price usually swoops that. There is another soup, that's RSMT. When price breaks the highs, here is your FEG or some breaker of sort. When price retraces, you usually enter. Most of ICT's PDRAs is based off of the retracement. When price is getting into a PDRA, you're gonna buy that. This is what like actual trading with ICT's flagship model looks like. But I was not quite comfortable with entering on retracement. So what I was looking at for so long is when price breaks some PDRA, bearish PDRA, it invalidates a bearish PDRA. When there is a closure above, I used to enter. But then price sometimes expands a lot, and maybe the closure is right here. My stop loss should go under these lows, which made an SMT or something, which repriced into this breaker or an unicorn. My stop loss would be big, and my RR would not be that significant. So what I came up with it is that same, we know the technicals. When price is bullish, price has to break the highs, reject the lows. Same goes for the bearish price action. Price break the lows and rejects the highs. I put it inside a single candle, that we have a candle, let's say that candle particularly reprices into some sort of a PD array. And we have an engineered sell side here. Price makes this engineered liquidity, breaks that, gets into this PD array, goes higher, and when there is a break about this structure, I'll not be considering this. That highs for me is insignificant. I want to know if price is displacing or something. So I will be looking for candles around the order flow, the same direction of the order flow. I want a candle closure above the particular candle, which is in the same direction of the order flow, which I'm looking at. Let's say if I'm buys, I want to see a candle break and close above the previous candle's high after that low of the session or day or whatever time frame you're trading is formed. So price breaks the highs. Let's say even if it is a bullish candle, that's completely fine. And then I'll try to engage after the closure of that particular candle, targeting the resting liquidity or low hanging fruit objective. Stop loss going below the particular candle which break and close above the highs. So how does it look in charts? I'll come to NQ itself. So we have the inverse chart here. Let me put it there. So let's say, and I've been trading with NQ, and NQ I found that 3-minute time frame works so good, and we have a pretty clean example right here. I'm not promoting any buys or sales here, but just based off of the hindsight, I'll just use the entry L model here. We have some sort of, let's consider this, because there is a delivery from these lows to these highs. We have a clean high here, and we had other clean high here, but that is not being swept. For education purpose, let's consider that as a clean buy side liquidity. That is a clean buy side liquidity. And is there an SMT at the lows? Yes. There is no SMT, I guess, if I'm not wrong. There is a tiny SMT at the lows, but just we'll consider this area as some higher time frame PD array. And that's your reversal. So what I'll be looking for is that, let's say that's your low. We have this. We have our CAST here. When looking at this particular area, I want to see what I told you. I want to see a closure above the previous candle's high. I don't want to see above an order block making it as a CAST of anything. Just I'll be looking for a close above the previous candle's high. I just want to see if there is a displacement or something. Where is the previous candle's high? Here is the previous candle high. Price is being closed above the previous candle's high right here. And when this particular time frame closes, as soon as the candle closes, that's my entry. Stop loss is subjective. I don't know how you'll be comfortable with the stop loss. So what I found is that for this particular model, stop loss would go above the candle which has closed above the previous candle. So for me, this particular candle closed above the previous candle, and the proper framework for this particular model's entry is the stop loss will go below this particular candle. But at times price can like go to these rejection blocks. When you're trading low hanging fruit objectives, it's better to have some wide SL. But for this particular model, the stop loss would go just below this particular candle's low. But being generous, I'll be putting my stop loss here. The target would be here. So whenever you have a clean direction, let's say it's buys or sells, this will work. This I'm telling about things when you're looking for your entry. This will work for narrative also. If there is like if you look at my channel, the matrix channel, I was targeting the previous candle's high for the whole month. From the first week, the first day of this month I started, I when price was around here, I was literally telling people that I am looking for the previous monthly candle's high. Why? Because see, price has closed above April's high in May. Price has closed above the previous candle, and now it is indicating that there is a huge momentum and the next candle can send prices higher as well. So what would be the first target objective in lower time frame? Is that price would be going to the previous candle's high. That previous candle's high is this May's high, and I'll go to monthly time frame, mark the open. That's my open. So from Monday, as the price open, I was telling that price would be going to the previous candle's high, and price has gone here. You can check it for yourselves whenever there is a closure above the previous candle. See, now as price has closed above the previous candle's high, now I'll still expect this particular day to be bullish. But considering that we are in super premium, so this will work whenever price is inside the dealing range of 50%. I'll use FIB. So this will work when price it at extremes of your dealing range. So whenever there is a closure above here, that's your entry, that's your SL, and you can look until price has come to some sort of equilibrium. If you're looking for sales, it would work at the extremes. You must be very quick about the entries and exits. So you can use that as a narrative also. You can use things for your entries also, but your using entries would be like very good since this is a bit higher time frame. That's gonna be so good. So you can look at the examples here. Let's take today. Let's consider the sales and then the sales. Okay, just considering that it has delivered to some sort of liquidity pool. I'm not talking about a proper framework here, but here I'm just showing you some examples of how it could work if your SMR has formed. So we have our clean sell, price has repriced to all these lows, right? We have a smart money reversal here. So once this high has been formed, here, I'll be looking for a candle closure below the previous candle. So here we have the close below the previous candle. What would be our entry? Our entry would be at the next candle open. As soon as the price opens, that's our entry. Stop loss will go below that. I mean, at that particular candle's high, here is the high. Target would be some sort of relative liquidities or low hanging fruit objective. That's my target. So next, let's look at some clean delivery. I mean, this works when there is a clean delivery profile. Okay. So here we have our closure here, open, stop loss here. Our stop loss would have been taken out, not so clean price action. But let's look at this delivery here. We have, whenever price is trying to spool, that's your entry, guys. We have our candle closure above the previous candle, I mean below the previous candle here. My stop loss would go right at the top of that particular candle. Our stop loss would have not been taken. For support, we have our inversion FEG here. Low hanging fruit objective would be this, and that's your easy 1.7 hour. We have another sell here. So whenever there is a closure below the previous candle, that's gonna bring us a lot of momentum, considering your drawn liquidity is pretty clean and clear. So conditions are not right for a week or so. This present week, I don't find that as a clear price action. Even the previous week, I'm not comfortable with the price action right here. From this particular day, from the last Thursday, it has been like a sort of consolidation. Even this complete price action right here is not so clean. There is no one-sided expansion. Still, I smell that price is gonna go here to the new all-time highs, but I don't see it very quick. Maybe CPI can push, but I just want to get rid of all these price action, and again I want to see that expansions. So this is my simplified version of looking at the market. So this will give you bias, this will give you narrative, this will give you a proper entry model, this will give you an intermediate time frame structure as well. So if all the conditions aligns, if there is a clear sell side liquidity which you are targeting, you can use this as your intermediate time frame to engage and lower time frame to execute. So whenever there is a, you can directly use this as what I mean for entries. Even like, let's say for me 6 hour, 4 hour and 1 hour would be my intermediate time frame. And here let's go to 1 hour time frame. You can see that we have our closure here, and see how beautifully this has pulled to these lows. We have our 1 hour closure here, and the next candle is gonna be a bullish candle right here. So whenever there is a closure and price it as like, I mean, is at the extremes of PDRA, when price sweeps a buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity, going into a clean inefficiency, this would be like clean model for you to engage with. So we have here the highs has been swept right here, but here the manipulation is kind of huge, but still price has deliver some sort of to some lows or inefficiencies. We have a order block, at least it would be a 1 hour if I'm not wrong. Oh, the highs, it's not 1 hour, but the next candles has been repriced. So you know the bias has been set here, the tone has been set here, that price is gonna go bearish. So you could have grabbed anything. It's the total move from the close to here is around 175 handles. 50 handles is the sweet spot for me personally. And that would be it, guys. That would be the presentation, complete presentation. If you want to know the daily bias, you just want to wait for some sort of liquidity sweep or manipulation. Let's say here we have something. Here we have the manipulation. Price has gone close above the highs. The next day we'll be looking at bullish price action. To be frank, that's a bullish day. Next we have these lows swept here. You should be waiting for that price to reprice to some sort of levels. And here price has closed above the previous candle's high, and the next day is a super bullish day. Price has closed above, but here looking at the dealing range, it's more than 50%. So next day we will not be expecting the same. It could go higher. The basic target would be the price has closed after seeing a small distribution. So first low hanging fruit objective would be the previous day's highs, and so on and so forth. So this is how I use it for, if you want to do that for a week, you can expect the same. You just wait for the closure of present week, look close above the previous week. We have our closure here, and the next day we had this bullish day. For the whole week your bias has been sorted. For the whole week your bias has been sorted. We'll be looking for buys only. Same next day, but I told you a little protocol that we'll be looking for this at the extremes. I mean only at the extremes, not at around equilibriums. Since price has taken the previous candle's low and gone higher, we'll be expecting continuations higher. We have no closure here of any sort, so that's gonna be a tricky thing for us. And I guess, guys, that's the complete model, complete framework. You can use that to give you bias. You can use that to engage in markets. You can use this to like anticipate low probability conditions. Anticipate low probability conditions, what do I mean? When there is like no closure above or below the previous candles and price is stuck within a range, I would consider that as a low probability. When there is no closure above previous candles highs or lows at the extremes without any liquidity sweeps, I'll be considering that as a low probability day. You can like see that I have my 4 hour here. There is no closure here. We have our closure, of course, but we need right times. So yeah, we have a closure here, but the highs has been taken out. You can see that price is not that aggressive going any further. That would be a low probability condition. CPI, we have it in less than 2.5 minutes. 2 minutes, we'll just look at CPI, what it's gonna do, and then we'll close the stream. We'll end the stream here. So sorry, I'll just look at the comments, bro. I have messaged it in the chat server, and your personal purchase trades account. I want your journal copy, bro, because in 1 year I've been using your Notion. Okay, I'll just send you, bro. Bharatwaj, bro, you please do a personal message. I'll just check it and I'll share my stats with you. Or else in Discord itself there is a session called as Zella. I'm not wrong. Wait. Let me tell you what it exactly named. Education. Go to education. There is something called as TradeZella's template, and there I've provided my journal. I mean the template. You can look at that. Candle close, I understand, but my doubt is it should be opposite candle. It never, it need not be the opposite candle. That is what I'm trying to tell. That's basically proper ICT. That's like when you're looking at the extremes, you'll be looking at order blocks. That's order block. That's a different topic. I'm just making it simplified. You just want a closure above the previous candle. It could be, that means you're expecting a displacement. I mean, there is a displacement in the marketplace. You're gonna ride that displacement. It need not be the opposite candle. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. We have less than 30 seconds for CPI. I want to see price going higher. We have engineered liquidities. Not gonna engage, not gonna do any dumb shit. Let's see. We have engineer highs and lows both, guys. CPI in less than 3, 2, 1, and here comes the CPI. Aha. Done and dusted. Bullish. I wanted bullishness, and that's it, guys. Simple. Done and dusted. So I guess that's the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And that's a good CPA after so long. 159 handles of push. That's a very good CPA after so long, guys. That's a very good CPA. Price has been going bonkers for so long. It's not doing any of it, and no momentum. But that's a very good buys. Clean order flow is bullish. I wanted that equal highs, and that has been taken out. The framework has been given. So I guess that's the stream, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hope you guys got something out of the stream. Candle close. Okay, something out of the stream. And that's it, guys. Thank you for being here. And if you like the stream, just give it a thumbs up. If you consider buying crypto profits, consider CFT, and you have 7% off with the link below. Thank you, guys. Have a nice day. Have a profitable AM session. I'll be trading AM session now. Let's see how things goes. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.